Ruto to come and join and lead us in the renewal of the school.
Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Thika High School hoye. Thika High School hoye. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Asante sana. Tafadhali ketini. Thank you. Let me first thank God for the opportunity to visit Thika High School. I am informed that the last time there was a head of state in this compound was 30 years ago. But I'm very proud to be the second head of state to be in Thika High School. And I want to confirm that Thika High School is a great school, deserving a visit from the head of state. I am aware that we have many schools in the Republic of Kenya, and I try, whenever I have an opportunity, to associate myself with what is going on in many of the schools. But 70 years ago, visionary men and women planted a seed here in Thika because they understood a very simple but powerful truth, that education has the power to change lives, shape the future, and transform nations. These founders understood, as Nelson Mandela would later tell the world, that education is the most powerful tool and weapon which you can use to change destinies and nations. And so they built Thika High School. Today, 70 years later, we gather here not just to celebrate the anniversary of a great institution, but to honor the vision of the generation of builders who understood that strong nations are built by empowered citizens. And they also recognized that education is the foundation upon which human potential is discovered, nurtured, and transformed into national progress. This year, I've had the privilege of joining students, teachers, and parents of other institutions and historic schools. As was said earlier, I've had occasion to visit many schools. Among the national schools I have visited is the school I went to myself, Kapsabet Boys High School. I have visited Alliance High School, the school Kimani Ichung'wah went. I have visited Maseno. And I have also visited Njiris. But of course today I am in Thika High School. A school with a distinguished history. Each of these institutions tell us something important about Kenya. And never mind, I know Moses Kuria was complaining about the people who went, some of the people who went to schools that sometimes act as polling centers. I am one of those. Actually, when Kimani Ichung'wah was telling Moses Kuria, it was not Moses Kuria he was referring to. He just did not want to refer to me directly, so he was. But you know what? You know, when Nelson Mandela said, education is the greatest equalizer, it was because that is what it is. And that is why today, all students from all schools, even those from polling stations, are equal and they are the same. Alliance reminds us of intellectual excellence and leadership. Kapsabet Boys reminds us of resilience, discipline, and social mobility. Maseno reminds us of deep historic roots of our republic. Thika High School reminds us of something very important. As Kenya transformed economically and industrially, schools like this one transformed the human capacity that powered that transformation. This great institution rose in the heart of one of Kenya's most important industrial and commercial centers, Thika, a town long associated with enterprise, manufacturing, agriculture, innovation, and hard work. Founded in 1956, Thika High School has grown into one of Kenya's leading national schools. Today, it stands as a C1 national school, offering all the 3 competence-based education pathways and serving 1,800 students drawn from every part of our republic. This growth reflects the trust generations of Kenyan families have placed in this institution. It reflects the sacrifice of parents, the dedication of teachers and leaders and school leaders, and the discipline and determination of students who continue to uphold the values upon which this school was founded. As I listened to Terence, the chairman of the school council, I was very, very impressed about his confidence and his eloquence, and he spoke very good English. Congratulations, Terence. And you made a lot of sense. You know, I was very impressed about the things you asked of me and of us, you know, the things that would take you further as a student community. Over the decades, Thika High School has produced distinguished Kenyans who have served this nation with honor and excellence. Among them are respected judges, including retired Judge Jackton Ojwang and Justice Okubasu. The school has also produced distinguished legal minds, including Senior Counsel Paul Muite, Senior Counsel Kamodo Waiganjo, right here with us. Congratulations, Senior Counsel. In leadership and public service, the institution has produced leaders such as Moses Kuria, right here with us, and of course, our very own Clerk of the National Assembly, Samuel Njoroge. I want to say this without fear of any contradiction, that Sam Njoroge is a great leader in the Republic of Kenya. A man who is intelligent, measured, and wise. Congratulations, Thika High School, for mentoring one of our best. In Parliament, competing ideas, competing interests, competing positions exist. It takes a man of great patience and understanding, like Sam Jeroge, to balance and make sure Parliament moves without any friction. Pigeni makofi huyu Sam jamani. So when Sam walked into my office and told me, Mr. President, I went to Thika High School and they are celebrating 70 years, without hesitation, I said I would come to celebrate with you because of the immense contribution Thika High School has made to our republic. Many people, scholars, you've just had one great scholar here, Professor. Pigeni makofi huyo Professor. And many others who have made huge contribution to our republic. Students that came from this great institution. And I'm truly, truly grateful. And that is why coming here is a recognition of the contribution Thika High School has made to our republic. All these men, scholars, legal minds, business people, public servants, have come from different generations and professions, but they share one thing in common: the foundation that was shaped by Thika High School. Their lives reminds us that education is not only about examinations and certificates, but it is also about forming responsible citizens, building integrity into them, nurturing discipline, and preparing young people to serve society with honor. I understand that student enrollment has increased from about 600 students to nearly 1,000 the past 10 years. That growth is encouraging, but it is also placed enormous pressure on facilities. Classrooms are overcrowded, dormitories are overstretched, and laboratories and dining facilities are under pressure. I want to assure you that we recognize that quality education cannot thrive where facilities are not adequate. Our children deserve safe, dignified, and a supportive environment where they can learn, they can innovate, as I saw Mwai in one of the presentations, and that gentleman was called Isaiah, or what was he called? I met two gentlemen, one of them Mwai and Isaiah, I think. Somebody I met, by the way, 2 years ago in Kikuyu Township. When I went there, I met the young man again I met today here in Thika High School, and he introduced himself. And I'm very proud of what they are doing. But we need a supportive environment, as I have said, where they can learn, they can innovate, they can grow, and of course, they can discover their full potential. I therefore commend the Board of Management of the school and the school administration, parents and the alumni for the remarkable effort you have made to address some of the challenges affecting this school. I especially commend the board for developing a long-term master plan for the future growth of this institution. I also recognize that important projects are already being completed or ongoing within the school, including the paving of internal roads, the construction of Great Rua Dormitory, and the renovation of Juba leaky Zaire dormitories where I was taken around to see. These efforts demonstrate vision, sacrifice, and unity of purpose. Tuwapigie hawa watu wote makofi jameni. No, I have been to many schools, but I have never seen a much more supportive alumni than the one I have seen in Thika High School. Mr. Kamau, Mr. Waiganjo and your team of alumni, pongezi. You are a great team. And I wish many more of alumni in many schools can step up and show up for their alma mater, for the schools they went to. As we celebrate 70 years of Thika High School, we must also prepare for the next 70 years. The world is changing rapidly. Artificial intelligence, digital technology, robotics, machine learning, and innovation are transforming economies across the world. Through the competence-based curriculum and training system, our schools must therefore prepare learners not only to pass examinations, but also to solve problems, create opportunities, drive innovation, and compete globally. I am therefore encouraged by the school's vision to establish a modern sports, performing arts, and digital learning center that will support coding, robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and talent development. This vision aligns very directly with Kenya's future. And this is because the future economy will reward not only knowledge, but also creativity. Not only credentials, but innovation. Not only information, but problem solving. This is why the government of Kenya supports for education is not treated as an expenditure. It is an investment in the future workforce, future leadership, and future prosperity of our nation. And I am very happy while in this Thika High School, having worked with many actors, we have progressively sorted out the challenges that we had in this education sector. You all remember, 3 years ago during the campaigns, there was huge confusion. There was a big problem in the education sector. Parents were not sure what CBC was going to present to them. They were not sure whether junior school was going to be here or there. The transition was not clear. The curriculum was not clear. But as I stand here today in Thika High School, I can confidently say our education is on very sound footing, without fear of any contradiction. There were 4 serious challenges that were facing our education system. There was a challenge with CBC, there was a challenge with classrooms, there was a challenge with teachers, and there was a challenge with funding. 4 serious issues. And we have tackled each and every one of them systematically. We have aligned CBC. Today there is clarity on how our students are going to transition. We have improved the education system. I am a very solid believer in competence-based education because it gives all our children equal opportunity. There are children who are good in STEM subjects. There are children who are good in arts. And there are children who are good in the humanities. In the past, we treated all these students the same, and we disadvantaged some students who are gifted differently. And that is why our education system for a very long time produced too many failures. Because we had a system of one size fits all. But that is not the reality. Today we have different pathways. The competence-based education gives us opportunity to have different pathways. 70% of our students are, 60% actually, 60-something% are on the STEM pathway. We have now the other students on different pathways, and we are now putting in place infrastructure so that all our children become winners, and we avoid a situation where we create failures out of talented people. I am very proud of what has been done over the last 3 years. Focus is no longer 100% on passing one examination. All your learning experience from early classes account for your ultimate mark as a student. We have now made examinations not a life and death issue, not an all or nothing issue. Exams now are part of our learning experience. So we have sorted out the issue of competence-based education, and it's now there is a lot of clarity. Number two, we had a very serious teacher shortage. We have employed 100,000 teachers in the last 3 years. We are employing another 20,000 teachers this year, to make sure that we close the gap on teacher numbers. Number three, we had very serious challenges of learning spaces, classrooms. We have built 23,000 classrooms across the country, and I'm very happy that we will be building some classrooms in Thika today to add on to that number. Because when you have classrooms where pupils are 80, learning becomes very difficult. If you have classrooms where there is no teacher, you cannot have proper learning. And number three, we have sorted out the challenge we had with funding. As was said earlier, we had capitation. We talked about numbers that we did not achieve. Even some of the resources came late. And that is why we have made a deliberate decision that every term, before the term opens, money for teaching arrives in school before the students come to school, so that we make sure that our teachers and the management of schools have the resources to teach our children. We have also made sure that all our universities now have adequate resources. And it is the reason why I did ask Parliament to increase the resources going to education. In the last 3 years, we have increased the resources going to education from 500 billion to 702 billion this year. And in the budget we are proposing this June, we want to take it to 767 billion shillings to make sure that all our learners have adequate resources to be taught. That is, and we have not done this as an afterthought, and we have not done this randomly. We are doing it because if Kenya is to catch up with our peers who left us behind and became first world countries, we must invest in education. They invested in education, we must do the same or even do it better. That is why yesterday we chartered another 2 strategic universities. We gave charter to Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology at our Concert Technopolis as a chartered university that is going to take on board master's students, because we need to develop a higher category, a higher caliber of scientists in Kenya. Yesterday also, we chartered Kenya Medical Research Institute, KEMRI, as a university. Again, because, and it will be a university, or a graduate university, where people from masters and PhD will be learning. Again, because if Kenya has to move to a first world country, we need the highest caliber of human capital to drive our transformation. I have said this and I will repeat again. There is no nation which can develop beyond its capacity to think or to create knowledge. Yeah? You cannot develop in the dark. You have to have people who are thinking. And that is why we're investing in education. And it is strategic. Many people may not understand it today. They will come to understand it someday, why we are making this investment. As we look ahead, Thika High School has presented to us. Maybe before I go there, let me conclude by saying, before I speak to what we want to do with this great institution, I have discussed this with Mr. Kamau. I have discussed this with my friend Sam Jeroge and the other people. Let me say, as I stand here in Thika today, that the transformation of Kenya is underway. When I pushed 3 years ago for us to live up to the commitments we made to the people of Kenya, I remember I said very clearly and without equivocation that we are going to invest in infrastructure. Today, we have road constructions going on everywhere in Kenya, including in this Kiambu County. Na kwa watu wa Kiambu County, part of the commitment I have made is that because Kiambu County is growing and slowly it is becoming part of the metropolitan city of Nairobi, the road on Thika Road, we need to expand Thika Road and provide an express way from here. Najua wakati nilisema tutajenga barabara ya Mau Summit, hii Rironi kwenda Mau Summit, watu wengine waliongea maneno mingi. Haiwezi kujengwa, hata wheelbarrow hakuna. Lakini hawa watu tutawaibisha. Hiyo barabara dually saa hii inaendelea kama risasi, my friends. And as I said, by April next year, hiyo barabara itakuwa imekamilika. Kwanza, by August this year, kutoka hapo Kiambu pale Rironi mpaka Naivasha itself, tutakuwa tumekamilisha the dually. By August, in another 3 months or so. Ni mnanielewa? Yes. We are going to transform this country. We are going to change it. Na hii yenu ya Thika hii nimesema super highway, we are finalizing the designs. Nitakuwa hapa mwezi wa 10 kuianzisha. That is how transformation is going to look like. Here, I made a commitment that we are going to change health delivery. It is not possible that 60 years after independence, health is still a preserve for those who have jobs, those who have the means, and those who have money. health, according to our constitution, section 43, health is a right to every Kenyan, irrespective of their social, political, or religious standing. It cannot continue to be a privilege for those who can afford. And that is why we have rolled out universal health coverage. We've discussed universal health coverage for almost 30 years, but I made a determined push. And I want to thank Parliament. They worked with us. And today, as I stand here in Kiambu County, for the last 1 year and 14 months, we have paid 8 billion shillings for health delivery in Kiambu County. We have 1.38 million people registered out of 2.4 million people in Kiambu County. 1.8 million, 1,386,000 people are registered, and the registration is going on. And I want to assure you that shortly we will have universalized delivery of health. We have discussed this for many years, but I decided that I am the person to actualize. It's not been easy, but it's doable. Also, we did agree that we are going to change our nation by making sure that we are deliberate and we are intentional about creating jobs. Today, as I stand here in Thika, if you look just here next to this school, we have a huge block of affordable housing right here. In Kiambu County alone, sikizeni bana, in Kiambu County alone, we are spending 60 billion shillings in Kiambu County alone. We are building 17,000 housing units. We are building 35 markets. We are building hostels for 20,000 students in Kiambu County. It has never happened before. That's the reality. Sasa mtajipanga tu na hapo. Alafu saa zingine unasikia kuna viongozi sijui akili wanatumia ni gani, wanasema ati watasimamisha hiyo kazi yote. Yani nashangaa Kenya taendelea namna gani? You know, friends, the transformation of a nation, ati hawana nini? Hiyo mmesema hapo. So, the transformation of a country requires focused, determined, courageous leadership. If our forefathers were not courageous, we would still be slaves of the colonialists. And if we are not courageous as leaders of this moment, we will continue to be slaves of underdevelopment. So, like our forefathers, we must gather the courage and transform our nation. And that, I am prepared to pay the price and lead from the front. Mpaka hii Kenya ibadilike. And I can speak about all the other things, but let me stop there. I'll say that I have seen, nimeona yale mambo yanaendelea hapa shuleni. Pengine nisungumze kwa Kiswahili ndio pia wazazi wetu tuwe pamoja. Tumekubaliana ya kwamba nimeambiwa na mwalimu huyu Bwana Muraya amesema hao wanafunzi wetu wako kwa darasa, wanafunzi karibu 60 wanafinyana ndani ya darasa. We need to decongest. So mimi nitaanza na mimi mwenyewe nitamobilize my friends na tutawajengea madarasa 35. Sindio? Yes. Mimi mwenyewe na my friends tunaenda kutafuta maybe 50 million hapo, tujipange tukuje tujenge hiyo madarasa. Na hiyo kazi because there are many friends of this school, sinamna hiyo, and I also have many friends wengi. Kwanza wa hiki Ambu, I have many friends, so nitawapanga tukuje tujenge haya. Pia kwa sababu tunafanya affordable housing hapa, na tukilete watu wengi hapa kujaza kwa hii manyumba, watahitaji watoto wao mahali ya kusoma. So we are going to build for you, and I think the drawings are already being worked on. Dormitory ya hawa vijana to cater for 1,000 of them. Utawajengea dormitory ya kuchukua vijana 1,000, na pia tuwajengee multipurpose hall ambaye pia itasaidia kama dining hall to take 2,000 students. Ndio hawa watu wote wakuwe pale. Mnasema tuendelee ama tusiendelee? Mnasema tuendelee ama tusiendelee? Haya. Alafu hawa alumni, hawa marafiki zangu, maybe as we do the classrooms, tutaweka hapo pia administration block katikati hapo ndio ikae mzuri. So we are going to give you a good design. I am doing the same structure in we are doing the same thing in Nairobi school. We are doing the same structure in all the other schools. So we will make sure that we do something good for this institution. Our alumni tulikubaliana mtafanya nini nyinyi watu wa alumni? Swimming pool. Walisema watajenga swimming pool. Sasa nyinyi alumni, hiyo milioni 10 mmesema mmetumiwa, mlisema imewekwa, enda jenga swimming pool. So ndio tumalizane na ile kazi ya Terence alikuwa amesema tujenge swimming pool, si ndio? So we will do the swimming pool. Ati? Hapana, hakusema basi. Hakusema basi. Ninyi mnataka kumwekelea? Ama hiyo pia, wacha nitaongea na sasa. Wewe Alice, ulikuwa unasema ile milioni 5 utapeleka wapi? Haya, wacha huyu Alice, hiyo milioni 5 nitakuongezea milioni 5 ingine ununue basi ya hawa vijana. Sindio? Na nyinyi hii basi mnauliza mnataka kwenda wapi? Mnataka kwenda wapi? Ati mnataka kwenda Singapore? Oh my goodness. Okay. Hey, hiyo safari ya basi kwenda Singapore itakuwa mrefu. Anyway, tutapangana namna hiyo. So alafu kama kuna kazi ingine itakuwa imebaki hapo. What did the Terence, what was the other thing, Bwana Terence? You had said what? School band. Yes, alisema kwa sababu sasa tuko na pathways tofauti. School band. Sasa nitapanga mambo ya school band mimi mwenyewe. Ninunue. Lakini mko na mwalimu ya kuwafundisha vile ya kupiga tarumbeta na hiyo vitu vingine? Mko naye? Ndio huyu. Very good. Sasa wewe nitakutafutia tarumbeta kubwa sana. Na hiyo vitu vingine na hiyo madoido hiyo yote. So Sam Njoroge utanifuata, nitakutafutia milioni 5 uende upange hiyo watu na hiyo band. Nunue vile vitu yote ya band. Ndio boss. Mngangane namna hiyo. Basi lakini haya mambo yote tumesema hapa kama wazazi na kama viongozi. Mimi nataka nyinyi vijana na nyinyi pia mko na sehemu ya kuchangia. We are deploying a lot of resources, we're spending time, we're spending resources, na nyinyi pia mkuwe na sehemu yenu ya kuchangia. When you see people standing on this podium that they were here many years ago, they are a product of hard work. They are a product of discipline. They are a product of doing the right thing. So I want to persuade you, nyinyi vijana, we need to make a deal. Nyinyi mtafanya sehemu yenu? Mtafanya homework? Mbona mnakaa kama nyinyi sio watu wa kufanya homework? Mtafanya homework? Homework mtafanya. Mtakuwa na nidhamu? Mtaheshimu wazazi wenu? Mtasikiza walimu wenu wakiwafundisha? Na mtihani pia mtafanya vizuri? And you are going to be responsible young men? Na mtaheshimu Mungu? Ama nyinyi mtakuwa watu ambao mtakosa kumjua Mungu? Mtamjua Mungu? So each one of us. So I think if you do your part, we will do ours. Wacha nisimame niwachie hapo na niseme I am truly proud to be in Thika High School as I work with all the other schools. Nasikia warembo wangu wa Chania wako area. Where are the girls from Chania? Hebu simameni niwaone. Very good. Tuwapigie makofi. Very good. Bas, hiyo maneno yenu mimi namalizana na huyu Alice leo. Yeye ndio amechelewa na maneno. We'll sort that out. So otherwise, asanteni sana. God bless you, good people. I wish you well. Na Mungu awabariki sana. Na kwa wazazi, asanteni sana kwa kushikilia hawa wanafunzi na kuwasaidia katika masomo yao. Congratulations Thika High School on this great achievement and celebration of 70 years. Asanteni sana.
Makofi kwa His Excellency. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, will request that you remain on stage. Would like to award 6 of the best performing students. We may take our seats, please. Let's take our seats briefly. And as I say this, please, the students can be coming forward. Your Excellency, the school had a mean grade of 8.2. They had a